Hi friends, how's your week going? Mine's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but I'm finding my way. I guess the lesson I'm learning this week is no matter what you have planned, it doesn't mean it's gonna work. So just keep on taking those steps every single day. And just have faith that it'll work out as long as you keep on working at it. All right, philosophical hours over. I have my scrap jar, my beads, cut wire that I already straightened, got all my tools, got my cup of hot tea. It's too hot to drink right now, but it smells delicious. It's just constant comment. But there's something just really good about a classic constant comment. Reminds me of the 80s. So I'm doing I finished the sunstones. I'm adding the green agates that are faceted. Ooh, shiny. I still haven't totally decided what beads I'm going to use next, but the black ones that I was talking about in my last video, the tube agates, yeah, I don't have those. I went looking for them and I remembered that I had already made something out of those and sold it. So, whatever. We'll figure it out. Sound like I don't have a whole room full of beads. But you always end up in that situation where you could have thousands of beads of every color, but when you start a new project, man, you just don't have the right one. I run into that problem often. So anyways, I haven't quite finished Tale of Two Murders yet by Laura Thompson, the one I was talking about last week, the book I was talking about last week. Took a break to listen to some podcasts that I've been wanting to jump on. The one is Hell and Gone, 2 seasons. It takes place in Arkansas. Each season centers a cold case, and heartbreaking, but really well done. So I definitely would recommend that one. And then It Was So Simple, the Betty Broderick story, because that's just one that will never go away. And I don't know where that piece went flying off to, but we'll find it eventually. Or the vacuum cleaner will find it, I guess. Excuse me. And what I like about it is the Betty Broderick story, it just doesn't, at the time, obviously, she was everywhere. And it was easy to just kind of chalk her up, I think. Most people, at least, just kind of chalk her up to just, she couldn't let go. But I think now more and more we're finding, that some of the things that she was complaining about, the gaslighting, the manipulating, she's probably right. So, again, no reason to go into your ex-husband's home and kill him and his new wife, but maybe she just wasn't as, quote, crazy as I remember everybody chalking her up to at the time. So I listened to that one. That was pretty interesting. Nothing overtly new, nothing out, mind-blowingly new, but a good reminder that some of these things, some of these cases that we filed away, some of these women that we've filed away over the years, maybe we need to give them a second look. So there's that. But I got back to the book, and I'm almost done. Probably going to finish it tonight. And so tomorrow I'll update everybody on that. But the part that I'm in right now really gives more of the history of how Edith Thompson met Freddie Bywater, her lover, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, And their relationship, he was 8 years younger than her. He actually was one of her siblings' friends, and her younger sister actually liked him and thought she was gonna hook up with him. I don't know, something like that. So there was a little bit of a history there going back for them two. And at one point, Freddie moves in with Edith and Percy, which again, that's just, and they had already been flirting up until that point. So like, if you're flirting with somebody and you're married, I don't know. Call me odd, but I just don't really think you should move them in. What is in there? I don't know, whatever. But clearly they started a relationship shortly after he moved in. And then, believe it or not, Percy found out. I can't imagine how that happened. 1920s London. Your boyfriend's living in the back room of your boarding house. My gosh. But he found out, kicked Freddie out, obviously. But they continued seeing each other because, star-crossed lovers and all. I don't know. Like, you want to just say, like, run away. Like, she had money. She had family money. Her parents were, upper middle class. They were fairly chill in that sense. Like, they probably would have been very unhappy with her, but they would have dealt with it. She could have figured out a way to do it. But I don't know why she didn't. They talk a little bit about, Laura Thompson talks a little bit about how at that time, even though Edith had more money than Percy, when they bought a house, Edith put up half of the money for the house, but because of the laws, Percy's name was the only one on the deed because women couldn't, own property. So she still couldn't be her own person. So it's very easy to say, like, she should have just ran off with Freddie and things wouldn't have, turned out so bad. But I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. Women just couldn't make decisions like that. And if they did, society and all that stuff, and Percy had more of a say, with her money than she did. So who knows? I ain't judging. I do, but so yeah. So that's what I've been doing in between, trying to make the world a better place, fighting for human rights. In between all that, I'm listening to true crime. I don't know if they're so vastly different with the injustices. But anyway, so that's how my week's been going. This week looks a little busy, but I'm still hoping to start Hell's Princess. I forget who that's by. But it's Neil Gunnis. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I've always pronounced it Gunnis, but it might be different than that, pronounced differently. But just time got away from me, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually read it in the time frame I had set up for myself. The pandemic, it's, kind of screwed with my timeline. I got nothing to do, therefore I do absolutely nothing. Not absolutely nothing, but for some reason, it's the less I have to do, the harder it is to actually get anything done. But I stopped yesterday and picked up some basic supplies to make lanyards for masks so that you can stop looping them around your ear, putting them in your pocket or whatever. You just kind of, just going to put some lobster clasps on the ends and you can just attach those to the earpiece part. I don't know, we'll see. Help my friends out a little bit. Help me out. I know it'll be tremendously helpful to me because I kind of want to fidget with those the least amount. So I did that. I'm going to start doing those tonight. I don't know. It's been pretty boring. It's been a roller coaster of a week, but it's been pretty boring. Like I said, I'll get another video out tomorrow. Finishing up the Laura Thompson book, A Tale of Two Murders. We already know the fate of Edith Thompson, but I don't know yet. Oops. I moved my scrap jar from the right side to the left side, and it's throwing me off now. What are you guys reading? Anything important? Anything life-changing? I don't know, what do you think? I think this looks cool. I think it's pretty. Yeah? No? I don't know. Maybe? I love these things. I know people don't like them, but I just love them because they just woo, 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 woo. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And I'm not a sparkle person. I have a dear friend who sent me a card with some stickers in it, and I love her very, very much, and that was so sweet because, you know, I love stickers. But it had glitter. The card had glitter on it, and I almost like had a heart attack over the glitter. Because I'm not a sparkly person, and then glitter just sticks to everything, and then it makes me itchy. But the stickers were so cool that, you know, completely overlooked the glitter. But I'm just not that, I'm not a glitter, shiny, sparkly person, but for some reason these just get me going. So, but please don't ever send me glitter. I'm probably now going to have every one of you send me glitter now. But if you do, make sure there's something cool on the inside. All right, I'm going to let you all go. Be good. Be nice to one another. Help each other. Change the world. Okay.